again, guys. Now we're going to start on the math section. You may have already done this because I might have assigned it, but I'm just starting to, from what I sent out first, so that we don't get behind and that everybody understands what's going on. So I'm actually working on adding tens and ones together, which in your book was going to be page 459 all the way up to page number 464. So you may have already done it, which is awesome if you did, but if you didn't, you can watch this little tutorial I'm going to give you on doing your math.
Add with two-digit numbers. Find 25 plus 2. We can use the WorkMath 7, tens and ones chart, and base 10 blocks to show each number. The first addend is 25. There are 2 tens and 5 ones in 25. The second addend is 2. There are 2 ones in 2. We can also show 25 plus 2 on the tens ones chart using numbers. 25 is 2 tens and 5 ones. 2 is 2 ones. Next, add the ones. 2 ones plus 5 ones equals 7 ones. There are 7 ones in all. Finally, add the tens. To add the tens, count the rods in the tens column. 1, 2. There are 2 tens. The sum is 2 tens and 7 ones, or 27. So 25 plus 2 equals 27.
All right, so now if you remember what I showed you when you were in class, when you put the columns in tens and ones and use your place value, it's much easier to add these two numbers together than when you do it horizontally. So this step right here is really important for you to understand, that your ones have to be lined up and your tens have to be lined up, or you will not get the correct answer. So when we look at our book, which you guys all have this particular book, and you have the pages. Now you may have done them, but now you can at least check them with me as well, so we can do it together. Alrighty, so I'm loading your book, and remember I always tell you to look at that box on the top first, because that box, alright, go to the next page, there you go. That box at the top of the page is super important. This always shows you what to do and how to do it. So, what did I do? I went too far. Okay, we'll turn it back. We'll go back one more. Oh, there we go. Don't y'all love technology? Okay, right here, when you're looking, step 1, show each number. And they've used blocks, and then they've lined up the columns correctly. You have to line them up. Ones have to go in the 1 spot. Tens have to go in the 10 spot. Step 2, you're adding the ones first. And this is important because when you get to carrying and borrowing and all of those other things, you always add the ones first. Always, 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 always add the ones first. Then you can move on to the tens. Step 3, you're adding the tens. So first thing, put the numbers in the correct spot. Ones in the ones column, tens in the tens column. Step 2, add the ones. Step 3, add the tens. So when you're working on these, always start with the ones, or the green section, the one that says ones. So if you're looking at 3, why does it do that? Just trying to get a pencil. Alright, if you're looking at 3 plus 4, and you're looking at the ones place, I know you guys know what 3 plus 4 is. 3 plus 4 is
7.
7. So we're going to write our answer right there in the spot as a 7. Then we're going to go to the tens place. How many tens do we have?
1.
1. So we have the answer 7 ones 110 or the number 17. Same thing here, same thing here. You guys go ahead and do those two. Now, I always make you guys do this, and I think this is important because it makes you explain it in words how you're using your math. Explain how you add tens and ones. Hint, hint, look up here. How do you add tens and ones? What do you do? First, second, third. It tells you right here. So you're going to write that information down there. What would you say, Mrs. Housen? How would you add tens and ones?
I would make sure that they were lined up so that the ones were above each other like they are here and here.
Mm-hmm.
And then have my tens in the tens column, and then I would add up the columns.
Oh, excellent. Exactly. That's perfect. That's what you want to do. You want to add up the ones first and then the tens. So you're going to go ahead and do these 2 pages and the next for your individual work. There you go. Okay? And you're going to do all of that, and that is your math work today. And your homework is in that little extra added practice, which should be really easy once you've done this. So I hope you have a great day. That's the end of math lesson for today. I miss you guys. I will